I had to start the stream over. I don't know what happened. It got locked up, messed up. I don't know what happened. I got Rick James in here. I don't even have my advertisers up. I just wanted to get back into the scene. All right, I was talking about Pusha T. I'm gonna continue to speak about him for the next 8 minutes, and then I'm gonna switch it up on you to what happened over the weekend. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Thank you for that. I don't know what happened. It got YouTube's algorithm got angry because algorithm is the new god. That's the god. That's the God we all pray to and worship. Is the algorithm. I don't know what happened. So, but continuing on from my last thought, yeah, Pusha T. Nobody wants to talk about the real stuff. Like I said, we can talk about the bullshit. We can talk about calling J Lo a whore, calling saying Kanye got his whole family dissed by Drake, and Drake almost Pusha T almost put a nail in Drake's coffin. If Drake wasn't that dude that was strong enough to withhold it, he wouldn't have been able to do it. Rick James says, "Did we go back in time?" The Nina perspective, great topic. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Are you new here, Nina? The Nina perspective. Excuse me. Um, if you are, I have a question for you. Hold on. Let me make sure I got this right. Where's my donation? Currently accepting 15 to $20. So thank you for coming by the Nina perspective. I appreciate it. I have to run your dollars though. You gotta run your pockets. I gotta run your pockets. You're new here. Everybody new gets initiated. You have to get initiated. $15 to $25. That's all I'm asking for. You do whatever you can if you can. But that's my target. $15 to $25. Somewhere in that range. Okay. And here is my Cash App. That's my Cash App. Just in case you feel so inclined. You feel so inclined as to contribute to my banking account, which is very near and dear to me. It's my sole possession of a good cause. My bank account. That is it. As a good cause that I would love other people to support as well. So thank you very much in advance. And let's get back to the topic. Pusha T. This is from 2020. This is from January 2022. It is now January 2024. 2 years. 2 years ago, Pusha wasn't feeling Ye and his rhetoric and his whole state of mind. It was off. It was off beat. It was off kilter. So he had to, definitely double back, change tactics, re-strategize. And I don't even know where Pusha is right now. He hasn't released any music. I don't know if he can release music. I have no idea those mechanisms. I don't know what's going on. Is he still signed to good music technically? Is he still under that contract? What is the deal here? But he said he felt he was not appreciated. You don't appreciate me, is what he's saying. I got 5 likes with 1 viewer. I'm feeling it. Is that you out there needing a perspective, or is that you, Rick James? Somebody say something. 2 people. Okay, so it's at least 2 of y'all and 5 likes. I'm not mad. Very proud of that. Yeah, Pusha T was feeling some type of way. Who can blame him? Yeah, he's off his gourd. He's out of his gourd. Rick James says society love their bank account more than their babies these days. It looks like he's writing daisies. Yay, T, yay. Okay. Oh, TKP 74 DC 4L. I don't know what that means, but Salute to you, T. Salute. Currently accepting. Yes, I have Dallas Cowboys all over this place, but it's not my room. It's my dad's room. It's just better lighting and better seating for my broadcast. I'm essentially renting out this room, but it's free. Not as good as the blue room. Well, the blue room was what it was. I didn't like the lighting. I didn't like the lighting at all. The lighting was terrible. Terrible lighting in that blue room. So yeah, so just to keep it on track, Pusha T is a gifted lyricist, but he doesn't have that. He doesn't have that full on, star power about him. He doesn't have that. He lacks that. Whatever that is, that it is. He sometimes he needs his brother. When he gets his brother on with the clips, then it's a different kind of story. But if it's just him by himself, he's not that performer. He's not that writer. He's not that great of an act. Rick James says, I disagree. Pusha's T has more personality than Lil Wayne and Weezy combined. So who are Lil Wayne and Weezy? Are they totally different people or the same person? Who are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. But yeah, so that's goofy to me, in my personal perspective. So that's what I think about the whole Pusha T thing. I'll talk about my weekend. Yesterday I did make a show, but I wanted to mainly concentrate on the faith and reality, and the difference between why faith is not a part of reality, why it's not truly an aspect of it. But I want to talk about my dad's birthday because he's my God. I don't pray to any Jesus, Lord, Hallelujah, nothing like that, or Allah, or Moses, or anything like that. I pray to my God, my dad. He is the main focus of my life, pretty much. So he had a birthday on January 6th, the insurrection day, little Christmas, the Epiphany. And what we do, we went out, we went to a play. Oh, thank you, Rick James. He says, happy birthday to Papa Saunders, happy birthday to Papa Saunders, happy birthday to Papa Saunders, over and over again. Okay, so I respect that. Thank you very much. I'll be sure to tell him. But we went out to see Annie, the play. And I'm not gonna lie, it made me have a lump in my throat. I didn't cry. I didn't let a tear drop from my eye, but it had a lump in my throat just to imagine the miracle. And everybody knows the line, it's a hard knock life for us. Everybody knows that from the Jay-Z song, ghetto anthem. It's a hard knock life. But they also had, what's it called? Yeah, exactly, for us, exactly. Yeah. But tomorrow, that's the other song. That's the other song that tomorrow, I love ya. I'm not gonna sing anymore because I'll get a copyright strike. Um, so it was just an extraordinary experience. It was wonderful. I'm always amazed at different productions, especially for plays and musicals, because there's so much that has to go into it. There's so much energy. There's so much to do. There's so much to track. It's literally a whole production. We went to Wilmington, Delaware, to the DuPont Hotel. I don't say the T anymore. Everybody says the T, but I'm not going to say the T. I'm not going to pronounce the T. Rick James says, "How was the girl who played Orphan Annie, not Abby? It's Orphan Annie. Do you mess up on purpose? Is it the angel dust that's getting to your brain? You're going on 76 years old, aren't you? something like that. It's messing up with your brain, man. You gotta get your spelling correct and your grammar correct. But no, she was wonderful. She cracked her voice one time. I was like, she cracked her voice, But I was like, she's just a little girl. I'm not gonna, hold it against her. She was probably, reprimanded about it. Watch out for the high notes and stuff like that. But it could have been part of the play. It could have been part of the musical. I'm not sure, but for what it's worth, I understood, that she, just had that one little flaw. But besides that, she was excellent. She was a great actress. She did sing well. Beyond that, she interacted with, there was chemistry. There was definite chemistry with her and the other cast members, the orphanage manager, the Daddy Warbucks, his secretary. It was just an all around great show. I thought, to give it stars out of 5, I give it 4.5. It was 4.5 stars. And they had a dog. It was great. They had the dog Sandy. They trained this dog so well. They knew when to come out on stage, knew when to hit its marks. Some human beings don't know how to hit their marks. It hit its marks when they called for it and answered. It didn't bark. It just moved along the stage. It just walked along the stage. I wouldn't really say about her dancing. I mean, everybody's dancing seemed to be on point. Everybody seemed to be in unison, from adults to the minors. I don't really critique the minors dancing too much. I wasn't really looking at them, but I was looking at the adults. They did a wonderful job. Yeah, that dog is definitely a professional, without a doubt. Dog is definitely a professional. There's no question about that. So it was something to behold. It was a spectacle. In Aristotle's Poetics, he talks about, theme, plot, characters, and style, but he mainly talked about specter. That's what Ayn Rand talked about that. Plot, characterization, style, and what is it? Plot, characterization, style, and there's another one. I'm looking up. Hold up. I'm looking up. I don't got time. I can't not remember some plot, style. I'm looking up right now. Don't worry. So there's a different theme. That's it. That's it. Theme, plot, characterization, style. So that's it. But that it had a favorite part of the show. Favorite part of the show was the very end. The very end was excellent. That's where I had the lump in my throat when she sang "Tomorrow." That's what Ayn Rand always talked about. She always said, art is not just art itself. It is itself, but it's beyond, comprehension of how important it is for human life, for humans to flourish, for humans to thrive, to live. You need art, some kind of art in some way or form. You need that to be expressed in your life somehow, some way. You have to have that within your purview and what you are doing with your living situation. How well you can, connect to a musical, a play, a movie, a novel, a short story, a poem, all kinds of forms of art, and in the dramatic arts and the literary arts and things like that. You have there's different levels. Least favorite part of the show, just not because they weren't good actors, they were great actors, but I just hated the part how they might be spoiling this for everybody, but there's these two conniving people that are a couple, and they're connected. One is named Rooster, and he has a girlfriend. I can't remember her name, but Rooster is related to the manager of the orphanage. Um, no, he said he almost teared up, but he didn't cry either. No, he didn't cry. But yeah, so it was very enjoyable. It was a very enjoyable experience. It better have been enjoyable for the money I paid for them tickets. Had me going into debt almost, but it was worth it. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's funny. It's like you know, I use my credit card. I don't usually use my credit card like that, but I was like YOLO. We're not gonna get another chance. Possibly in another few years or something like that to watch this. It's his birthday. It was not snowing. It was just like a little bit of rain. It was kind of cold, but we had a great time. Everybody enjoyed it. It was my dad, my stepmother, my sister, and myself. All adults, were enjoying something, for not just made for kids, but for made for everybody. Anybody that has a dream, anybody that feels like they were ever kicked down in their life, and anybody that was optimistic despite all their shortcomings and anything that came their way. That's what that musical is about. Those are the themes that burst through. It's perseverance, it's optimism, and when things are at their worst. The Annie came from a poem, then a comic strip, then a play, then a movie, then a movie again, and then I think it's revived across the country as the musical. So it has a history, and that's what I want to talk about as well. People are saying, "Oh, well, they keep making over Color Purple. They keep making Color Purple." I don't have a problem with Color Purple, besides the toxic masculinity. But I don't have a problem with them remaking it over and over and over again. Why not? Just because they're Negroes, they can't make it over and over again. It was a novel at first, then it was a play. No, excuse me. It was a novel at first, then it was a film by Steven Spielberg, then it was a Broadway musical. Now it's a theatrical musical, or a filmic musical. Um, so, you have to give time and the ability to milk. They're milking these efforts. Somebody's getting paid off of all of this. Either the families or somebody whoever has the rights to these different vehicles, in different properties. That's what's important here. That's what's so uh, especially um, of crucial importance. It's especially of a crucial matter. And it just really made my day. I'm glad that it made my dad's day too, because we had a good time with him, and we had a good time when he was opening his eating his cake, and but before that, before we get to the cake, we went out to eat. We went to a place called Pizza by Elizabeth's, and it's all about Elizabeth. There's Elizabeth Moss, there's Elizabeth Taylor, there's Queen Elizabeth, there's Betty Boop, also an Elizabeth because her name is Betty. All right, so it was all about Elizabeth. It was Elizabeth playing everywhere. I don't know about Elizabeth Ross. I know Elizabeth Moss. She's from Mad Men and other movies and TV shows. But it was an extraordinary experience too, because you're able to make your own pizza. You have your own crust. You get your own top. First you start with your salad. You have your own salad. You get your own roughage, as they call it. The greens, arugula, romaine, and others. And then you have your own dressing. You have your own crust. You have your own what's it? Your own sauce, cheese, toppings, meat, whatever you want for your pizza. It's all you. You can have a mini pizza. You can have a large pizza. It's great, and it was relatively affordable. It wasn't like too crazy. It definitely hit too, because it was extraordinary. Delicious, delicious pizza, and I'm not just saying it. It was very good. They have a brick fired oven, so it's bop. bop, bop, brick oven pizza, bop, 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 as Kevin Hart would say in his special. Rick Rick James says, I would make my pizza with mucho butter. Yeah, I like butter on my toast. Not toast, but the crust. I like butter on my crust. But I didn't even need to do it that time. I had a traditional Hawaiian pizza. I got the honey wheat crust, and then I had cheddar cheese. Or before that I had the sauce. I had the chunky tomato sauce, the cheddar cheese, uh, pineapples, bacon, and ham. So that was like a traditional Hawaiian style pizza with Dr. Pepper, which like was my favorite thing to always drink, with a pizza. Besides beer, when I was drinking, alcoholic beer, now I drink non-alcoholic beer, or I have ginger beer with bitters, which is non-alcoholic. Rick James said, sounds like it was Papa Saunders' big adventure. Yeah, I guess you can say that. He did a great job, driving, because he's up there in age. He's near you. He's not as old as you. He's a little bit younger than you, Rick James. He's about 9 years younger than you. But he has trouble, in dark situations. I don't blame me. I have trouble in dark situations. I can't see that well. At night, and the rain was coming down, but he did an excellent job driving. I don't drive. I literally I can't drive. Illegally. I have just a state ID. It was a long time ago. Here's my story. Here's my little story. Here's my little little thing before I get to the cake and ice cream and the presents. I was in a car collision that wasn't traumatic. It didn't traumatize me, but it was dramatic. My truck flipped over on its side, and I had to crawl out of it. And I was just like, what the hell? Like, I was like, almost in shock. But I wanted to make sure I had, my insurance together and my everything, that I could possibly get out of the vehicle. Yeah, so I went to the hospital, everything checked out, nothing was wrong. I didn't have any after, because that's the thing. Sometimes you have injuries like minutes after, or hours after, or even days after. And I didn't experience any of that. I was very fortunate. Got a good check from my insurance company. Paid down most of my debt on my credit card. Still got some debt left, but it's going away, soon. Probably by the end of this year. I'm looking forward to doing that. Yeah, so of all the things that I could possibly do, I was very happy. Yet I'm talking about yesterday. It's fast forward to Sunday, and Saturday night, after the play and after the pizza, we had our traditional birthday celebration when we sing "Happy Birthday to You," and I can't say anymore because that's definitely copyrighted. And then we sang "Happy Birthday to You." That's copyrighted as well. I know that's Stevie Wonder. Not trying to get sued by Stevie Wonder, that's for sure. He'll sue me blind. Oh, that's not funny. But anyway, it was a great night. We had cake. My sister and I, we gave him cologne, Euphoria by I think Calvin Klein, excuse me, not Kevin Klein, that's the actor. Calvin Klein. So it was just, special, I think, for us all to experience that together. Another year. I don't celebrate my birthday, but those folks stay around me. They have a thing for the birthday thing. After I learned about from Choice Star Terrain, I was like, that's facts. Why say one day, you know what, today is my birthday. This is all special for me. It's great. It's not copyright. It's in the. Oh, you have to slow down, Height. Well, Happy New Year to you. It's the first time I think I said you saw you Happy New Year. But slow down, height, because I think it still is. You know, you have to pay. Like that's why I'm like in movies, you see, you know, copyright. I think I have to test you on that, height. Salute to you. Salute to you. Have you noticed the also how the $100 club? Have you noticed the $100 club? Join Scholars 100 Club for by contributing $100 or more in a month in the broadcast. Have you noticed, sir? Are you a teacher? He's got a link in here. I'm about to go to it. All right, have let's see. Happy birthday song officially recognized in the public domain. Woo! 2016. All right, thank you very much. I appreciate that. But I don't know, even if you still even though you don't have to pay royalties on it, I still don't know if you have to have, you know, if you have to still acknowledge the writers and the people that um I don't know. I don't know if you still have to you know acknowledge anybody. You may not have to pay you know for the money for the licensing fees. I see that. Okay, they're after the optional verse. But thank you, Height. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Thank you. Okay, you may be in the 100 club. Okay, we shall see. That's all right. That's all I need. I respect that. 3 people watching that I can see and 6 likes. I like it. Height is in here. He has a wrench. You can also do whatever you want, Height. If you want to promote whatever business, whatever platform you're on, whatever social media site, social network, put it on right now. You have the blue wrench. You already can see that you have the ability to put in links. So make sure you can do whatever you want according to excuse me, your own business if you want to promote or not. All right. So, but yeah. So, what was I talking about? Okay, my dad's birthday party. Yeah, it was very nice. It was very relaxed. Um, we just had cake as usual. Very low key, nothing extraordinary, nothing outside the box. He just turned 68. It's not like that's not like a milestone birthday party, birthday number. I mean, every birthday counts. Don't get me wrong, but like I said, I am a part of the haterverse. I agree with most of what Mr. Troy Star Terrain has to say, and it just makes sense. Most of the stuff he says make perfect sense, like 99.9%. And it makes sense to me about birthdays. Why just reserve one? Okay, it's my birthday, woohoo! And then it's not, and it's like it sucks again. Everything is like, all right, I have to muster up enough self-esteem just to get out of bed. Like, no, every day is your birthday. Celebrate your greatness every single day. Why just reserve it for one single day? What sense does that make? That doesn't make any sense. You're a human being. You're an individual who will only be an individual as yourself, as far as I know. Maybe with they call it AI, but I call them learned machines, artificial intelligence. Um, that's what I see it as. That's exactly what I see it as. I see it as a bridge, that connects you to yourself. It's a self. It's like a circular bridge almost. It's like you're connected in your own way to your birthday, and every day, every single day is your birthday. Like Weezy said, "Dog, I got cake like every day my birthday." Now that's copyrighted. See what I did there? Um, um, yeah. So That's what it's like. That's what it is. It's very, powerful. When you have, family around you, have friends. I'm probably going to be by myself because I'm probably not going to get married. Maybe I'll get married when I'm 70 or 80, if that. Maybe 90. I don't know. But birthdays are weird to me. I mean, my sister's birthday is tomorrow. That's how close my dad and my sister are. They're exactly, almost, not exactly, but they're almost exactly 30 years apart. Um, Rick James says, "Sir, get married when you're 55. Maybe not. Happy birthday, sis." Yeah, thank you. I'll tell her that. I'll let her know that one of my subscribers said happy birthday. So I'll definitely I'll say the same thing for you, Rick James. You said happy birthday to my dad, but it's just so goofy. It's just weird. I don't. Ever since I heard that, I was just like, damn, that's right. Like, god damn, why are we celebrating this when we could be saying this? I mean, not go through the motions. You don't have to go, have a cake every day or something like that. That's not what that means. It means to have enough self-esteem and have enough um, self-respect and regard that you influence others to say, hey, I'm glad you're here on another day of life. Not just one day a year. I mean, that's what happens on Mystery Science Theater 3000. He said, "Hey, your birthday was last year." Like, that's what it's like, though. That's what's so weird. It's like, anybody else watch Mystery Science Theater 3000? Oh, you gotta watch MST3K. Gotta watch MST3K. It's such a classic, great, excellent show. Definitely recommend it. Highly regarded. Makes you laugh. You'll think of something before they even say it. That's just the best part. If anybody know MST3K is, MST3K is a show started in the late 80s, early 90s in Minnesota by Joe Hodges. And is his name Joe Hodges? Let me make sure. But it makes you laugh. No, it makes you laugh. It makes you cry laughing. This is messing me up. I'm getting these messages and it's not about money, so I'm like, what's going on? Anyway, so it's about this guy. It's a whole song. It's in the not too distant future, and that's copyrighted, so I'm not gonna say anymore. But he's launched into space and he has to watch all these cheesy, corny, goofy, stupid movies, and it's like a science experiment. I mean, and he has to, he riffs, in order to get through, in order to keep his sanity, he has these other robots. It's based off of what is that science fiction called? Looking up the title of this science fiction, Silent Running. I'm like, what is this? Okay, so Silent Run. That's Troy Star Terrain's favorite science fiction movie. Um, it's not on you can find it. Is it on VHS? Rick James, are you serious? Do you not have streaming at this point in time? Are you talking about VHS? They made one film. That was with Mike Nelson. Let me see. What's his name? Is Joel Hodgson, not Hodges. Hodgson, Joel Hodgson. But yeah. So I definitely highly recommend it. They call it today Misty Monday, where they just go on a tear and have some I don't believe in streaming. I like watching physical. So are you on DVD? At least they make Blu-ray still. You can watch it on Blu-ray, I'm sure. Just look for Mystery Science Theater 3000, and you'll be able to pick it up. You'll be able to find it. It's excellent series. Excellent series. Great, riffs on terrible movies. It's like That's some of the best parts. They're not like making fun of good movies. They're making fun of bad movies. Like that's what's essential. But yeah. So I appreciated the fact that going all the way back, um, going all the way back to my dad's birthday party. It was just an extraordinary experience the whole day. I'm so glad they enjoyed themselves. And time goes by fast because I remember getting the tickets. And that was weeks ago, almost a month ago, maybe even more than a month ago. And it got here so fast and it's gone. And the 9th is coming up, my sister's birthday. She's probably gonna come back over here with her two little bundles of joy, my niece and nephew. They were just here yesterday, so I don't know if she's gonna come over, but I sent her a gift. I sent her an office chair she wanted. So no like DVDs, Rick James says. DVDs get scratched too easy. So VHS, the tape doesn't come out. I mean, take a risk, man. Take a risk. DVDs get scratched. Well, don't touch them. Don't use gloves if you have to. Do what you got to do. Or like I said, stream. You don't believe in stream. What don't you believe? First of all, it's not a belief. They exist. You don't have to have faith in watching a physical in streaming. They actually exist. So it's nothing like a faith that based something like that. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to 2024. I think I'm gonna get at least $10,000 off of donations. At least $10,000 this year, and that is going to be all tax free. I can see it. I can envision it. $10,000 or more. $2,000 plus. Could be $100,000. Could be $1,000,000. Either way, all Billy Spling's in here. BS is in here. The only stream Richard James has on that comes out of his pants. Huh? Okay. Ho hum. Ba-doom boom. BS on the check-in. I'm not going to block you. I'm not going to block you. You can say whatever you want. Rick James, I know he's a grown man. He's going to go back at you, I'm sure. He's got something, ready for you. So there's that. So I think, with, the idea of enjoying life, that's just it. You have to be a valuer. You have to have values. Like I've said in my essay, I said Ayn Rand loved cats. She loved her husband. She loved life. Probably, in ascending order. The cat's at the bottom, then her husband, and then life itself at the top. That's what's so important for anyone. You have to have a system of values to make sure, and not just, like I said, life. Life is something that's non-tangible. It's the idea. Rick James says Billy Spleen, at least mine still works. Ooh, with the clap back. Oh, with the clap back. I'm not mad. With the clap back. I see you, Rick James, clapping back with ease without even thinking about it. Just came in and said with the clap back. I'm not mad. So, of all the things that we could be, concerned with, of everything that we have to have, a looking eye towards, it should be on life itself. Life. You have to have values. You have to consider your life to be worthy. You have to wake up every day and say, I'm worthy. I'm about being in this life. Rick James says, I think this stream is one of your top 10 streams. I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't think it is. I had to restart the goddamn thing over 3 times. So I didn't even, delve too far into Pusha T during this broadcast. I wanted to give it a little bit of an in-depth, conversation that was started on the previous broadcast, but it went haywire. I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know what the hell happens right now, because this was weird with the timer. The timer it'll stop. It'll just be stuck, and then it'll jump 5 seconds. It's the goofiest thing I've ever seen in my life. It used to go exactly at every second. Now it stops at every 5 seconds. Only when you do it. You ever notice that? When you're doing nothing, when you're just laying on your back and you're just gazing at the ceiling or something like that, everything is cool. Everything is fine. You're not producing, you're not creating, you're not making, you're not building, and everything is just almost it's really a nightmare, but it's like it's dreamlike. But when you're trying to do work, when you're trying to do something of value, when you're trying to do something that's creative and something that makes sense, everything stands in your way. The lighting goes out, the spelling is off, everything that could Murphy's Law comes into play. Anything that could go wrong goes wrong. Angie Cooper, you know what it is, girl. Shoot, salute. Raise the price up, lady, if you're ready. But if you don't have it, that's okay. I'll take whatever you can give me. Whatever you can give me. Whatever you have. I'm well. How are you doing? How are you, Angie? I'm about $1. What is 50 cents? That's how I am right now. I gotta pay back a lot of a debt that I accrued over the holiday season. Okay, I just saw you put next time. Okay, that's fine. I can't knock you. You are a paying subscriber. You have paid to this machine already. If you can't do it today, no problem. Just remember, if you want to be part of the Scholars 100 Club, you can contribute $100 a month. That's $3.33 a day. That's it. $3.33 a day. Can't hear anything. Testing 1 2 1 2. Can anybody else not hear me? Testing 1 2 1 2. It's acting goofy. This whole system is acting goofy. I don't know why. It's a steal, to be honest. No, but can you? I can hear. Okay, Rick James can hear me. Angie Cooper, can you hear me now? How are you, girl? How are you? You feeling well? In this new year, it's already January. It's gonna be December pretty soon. Don't worry. Now you can. Okay, great. I want you to hear me out. Thank you very much for all your support in the past, and whatever you do in the future is your business. I appreciate it. So thank you. All right, so we have to talk about how the different forms of values are a part of living. You have to value what you do and who you are, and everything has to be consistent, and everything has to lock into one another. What am I saying? When you have a job, you can't just have a job and then go home and beat your wife. You can be the best auto mechanic, CEO, uh, uh, burger flipper, everybody. You can be the best. That's great. You're the best. But if you go home and beat your wife, there's something wrong with you. How are you asking how? I am very well. I'm well. I'm crazy. I still have bipolar disorder, Angie, but I'm well. I'm managing my madness, as they say. So I'm very well, Angie. Yeah. So I'm glad to hear that you're good so far. So far, you're gonna be good all the way. Not even so far. You're gonna be all right. 2024 is gonna be the best year. There's some case I just saw online on my news feed. It's saying there's an uptick of coronavirus uh, cases in my area in Delaware. It's going up, a lot. I'm not. Rick James says I'm not sick, but I'm not well. Is that a song? It seems like that seems like lyrics to a song. I could be wrong. I didn't mean to rhyme right there either. But yeah. So That's the power of knowing what to do. That's the power of knowing what you can accomplish in life. You have to have a great love life. You have to have a great work life. You have to have a great life. Just life in general, just all the way around. It has to be fully integrated to all your value systems. Everything has to be fully integrated. You can't just have a great love life. You can't be a terrible, pizza maker, or you can't be a terrible COO, chief operating officer, or whatever the case may be, a gas station attendant, and have a wonderful love life, but you're terrible at work. No, it's got to be all fully functioning to the best of your ability. You may not be the best of anything, but you can be the best at doing what you can do. You understand what I'm saying? Did you get that? Did anybody comprehend that? Anybody catch that? Rick James says, I read a post saying that 2024 is going to be the best year in existence. I don't know. That just seems very optimistic. I just say I'm optimistic to reality. I'm just saying that 2024 is going to be great because you have to make it great. It's going to be a lot different than other past years, like 2020. 2020 was such a terrible year. Even Time Magazine X'd it out at the end of their year issue. They X'd out Adolf Hitler. They X'd out Osama bin Laden. They X'd out the year 2020 because it was just terrible. It started off wrong. It started off with Kobe Bryant getting killed in a helicopter crash. Then we had the coronavirus. Then there was George Floyd. Like, it just got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Like, the whole year was just shot to hell. You couldn't even try to make it like it was a good year. You couldn't even say, well, you had to say it for your own self. You had to say it for your own life. You had to make it 2020 the best life you could. You couldn't make it the best year, but it could be the best in your life. Even though that was probably wrong, a strenuous task. Rick James says the best part of 2024 is Folgers. Hey, I'm not going to say that the rest of it because they aren't paying me. If they were paying me, I would say I'd be like, I'll tip with a cup and smile and sip. But they're not paying me, so I'm not saying the rest of that jingle. The best part of waking up. I'm not even gonna say the rest. Y'all know the rest. Y'all know what I'm saying. I'm not even gonna say what the rest is. But Angie, you're the lady of the house. We're all guys. How what are your plans? In your life as a female. What do you plan to do? You plan to get your hair did? You plan to go to the spa? You plan on going out with your girlfriends? What's 2024 looking like for you, Angie? If you're still here, I don't even know if you're still here, but Rick James says I didn't mind that Kobe Bryant, but the cocoa flu was bad. You didn't mind that somebody died? That's he and I think 7 other people died, including his daughter. Come on, man. Gotta have a little bit more compassion than that. Gotta have compassion for that. Just a little bit more. Give me okay. I got you, Angie. Take your time, girl. Take your time. And you said the cocoa flu? I never heard it say that. I heard it called the Kung flu by our former president, Donald John Trump. Heard it be called that. So, if you have any, grievances about last year, just forget about them. I mean, file them away and then take them into account when they need to be addressed. For the most part, just remember what you are and who you are. And I don't discourage people of faith. If you have a belief system, if you have a belief system that says who you are and what you are, and whatever deity you worship, that's your business. That's what's so. I always, equate, faith and having belief in a god or goddesses or whatever the case may be. It's like going to the bathroom. It's just like going to the bathroom. I mean, it's like even if it's a public bathroom, and especially if it's going number two, as you could say. It's like going number two. You're in a stall by yourself. It's all personal. It's all private. The social norm is not to hang over the top and see what somebody's doing down there. That's just not part of proper etiquette and social norms. So it's kind of like that with beliefs. It's not part of etiquette or social norms to disregard someone just because they have a faith that I don't recognize. It's the same thing. It's improper. It's not right. It's inappropriate. What is appropriate is to respect other people and whatever they want to do. If they want to worship a telephone pole or a Christmas tree, and without God or anything like that, or a race car or the wind or an idea by itself, if they want to worship sociology, let them worship sociology. It's none of my business. That's personal. It's private. It's their business. They want to worship that. Why do you care what they worship? I'm an atheist. Why should I care what somebody else worships? It's none of my business. It's not my position to say, oh yes, of course. They're wrong because they believe in God. It's not a question of right or wrong. It's a question of faith versus reality. Now, you can be in reality and have faith, but you can't have just faith. You have to also be in reality. You have to have that takeaway. You have to have that trade-off where I can kind of believe in God and everything here, but I have to, do my job. I have to take care of my kids. I have to live life. I have to, have a good time. I have to have sex. I have to, do all these different things. And then I can worship God. You have to have reality and then faith. You can't just have faith. It's impossible. You can't just have faith itself. Belief in something that doesn't exist. That's what you can't have. Faith is the acceptance of ideas in the absence of evidence. That's all faith is. There's no evidence, there's no proof to say, and you're not called upon to prove that there is a God. You're not called upon to do that. You're never called upon to prove a negative. And God is a negative. God is a negative. I don't care if you are a Muslim. You can be a Muslim. I will disregard your faith, just like I disregard Christianity, and I disregard Judaism and Buddhism and Confucianism and Hinduism and any other ism besides objectivism and most other isms. I mean, there are other isms, but I'm just giving you an example. It just gets weird. I was talking about this yesterday. I don't want to get too far into it. I want to stay on values. You have to be a valuer. You have to find things that bring you joy in life, because that's it. We get one life. There's only one life. YOLO. You only have one life. You only live once. No matter what the Christians tell you about the second life or a life afterwards, no matter what Muslims tell you, there's life in it was it Jannah. Why worry about that? Why do people even care? Why do people even give? I mean, I was there. I was there for 16 years that I can remember. I had 16 years of religious training, or faithful training, I should say, because I don't like to say religion or religious, because that can be construed as saying something that's routine or something that's done over and over in a certain way. So what is it? So what is it about the difference between, being completely, wrapped up in what it is? Okay, Angie Cooper, let me talk about you. We're going. We got. I can go on, for another few more minutes. I got time. You're saying, well, first I want to begin my journey this year is to get healthier. I'm not meat eater, but now I may go back to turkey. Okay. Why are you going back to turkey? And may I ask, what ailment do you have? Do you have like a physical ailment? Do you have a mental ailment? If you don't want to tell me, that's fine too. You don't want to tell everybody your business. That's okay. I totally understand. I'm just curious, since you put it out there, you want to get healthier, as if you're not healthy right now. And thank you very much, everybody out there, for 8 likes. I really like that. I enjoy that. And why do you want to go back to Turkey? The meat, not the country. Well, Angie says, well, cholesterol, I stopped eating meat for 2 years. Okay. Cholesterol. That's a good reason. That's like with my dad. My dad is like that too. He can't have mashed potatoes because of inflammation. It makes it gives him a terrible feeling, just based on the amount of potatoes he has that are white potatoes, I should say. He can have oh, what was it, like purple tomatoes. They have like, I'm not tomatoes, potatoes. Am I saying? What am I saying? What am I saying? Potatoes, to potatoes. He can have like red potatoes and stuff like that, but not white potatoes. Angie Cooper says, but I feel like I eat too much starch to substitute for meat. Okay. For me, it's totally different. I'm trying to be on my track. You see me, I have a full face. All this is gonna be gone by December of 2024. I can definitely say that, probably earlier. I got the big face, got the meaty looking chops, all that's is gonna be gone because I'm on my I've been on my diet before 2024. I don't mean to rhyme right there either. But before this year, I was going for 2023. I was doing a diet and I lost weight. I lost, a lot of weight. I was up to 240. If you can believe that, I was up to 240. I was heavy. Heavy. Yeah, I go to the gym every day. I go to the gym 6 days a week. I'm off on Saturdays. Angie Cooper says I go to the gym at least 2 to 3 times a week. That's healthy. That's actually good. If you go to the gym 3 to 6 times a week, you're in good shape. I just want to keep my body looking good. That's all right, girl. Go ahead, girl. Make sure you're looking good. That's all right. That's what I need to do. I'm battle the bulge. It's just this tire around my midsection that I have a problem with. I have a big gut, huge stomach that I'm trying to make go down. But I know it's exactly what you're talking about, Angie. It's a struggle. It is a struggle because you don't realize, that's the thing. It's like your body doesn't say all the time. I mean, there's sometimes where it's like, oh, you're getting a little heavy. I can feel it in my bones and stuff like that. But there's no alert system saying like, oh, you're eating too much. You're eating too much. The only time you get that alert system is if you have a nausea or indigestion, upset stomach, or diarrhea. They don't pay me either, so I probably not, I'm not going to mention the brand. So, yeah, so I know exactly what you mean, and time moves very fast because this is the weird thing. Next month is February. February is the last month of winter. Then there's March, and that's the first month of spring. Or it's going to be just like that's how fast time moves. Okay. She says, then I want to continue my spiritual journey. I'm a believer. What do you believe in, Angie? We can talk. I think you're the only one in here. I think everybody else left. You're You're my girl. You're my co-host. I want to start doing more traveling. Okay, I did, but I want to know what you believe in. Are you a Christian? Are you are you Hinduism? Jesus Christ, Christ Jesus. Hallelujah. I was there with you. 19 years old. I was there with you. I gave a sermonette about I can't remember what the scripture was, but I did give a scripture in the pulpit. I was ready to go to the um the lectern at on the corner of where the piano is, and where everybody where you speak, and the pastor at my pastor at the time, he said, no, go to the pulpit. He was like, you're gonna do a sermonette. I was like, oh my, I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready for it, but I did a good job. Honestly, I did a good job. I I had people saying, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, hallelujah. They're clapping for me and everything. I was like, all right, I guess I can do this. But then it turned around and was like, Ayn Rand, Troy Star Terrain. And I was like, I got to give it up. I can't do this anymore. But I respect everybody that does have a faith. My dad is a minister. My dad is a minister. So I cannot, obviously, disregard him. I can disregard, the faith itself, but I would never like I can disregard the belief, but not the believer. You understand what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? Like I would not disrespect you for believing in that faith. I will respect you for believing that, because at least you have something. You have some kind of idea. You have to have something in life to hold on to. There's that famous quote: "If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything." That's a fact. You'll fall for any kind of Nazism, or fascism, or socialism, or communism. All the evils, all those evil doctrines. You'll fall for those if you don't have something and I would say, I'm going against the belief. I'm not going to say they're evil. I would say they're a detriment to mental health. Ayn Rand said it was a bad sign psychologically. So that's where I am with that. I'm not going to ever knock anybody for believing. You just try to say that's right. And my philosophy coming out 5 years and some months, and when I'm 40, that's all I'm going to talk about is pushing positivity. Because but you can't get to positivity without the negativity, objective hate. Objective hate lets you know what's real, when the worst things in life, and lets you know what about those horrible things in life, and it allows you to grow. That's what's so beautiful about objective hate, and that's what's so beautiful about Ayn Rand's philosophy of objectivism, because it leads you to know about reason, purpose, and self-esteem. That's all you need in life. Those are the three cardinal values. Yes, it's a lot of haters or hatred. Yes, that is true. That is true. But they have to be objective. You have to be an objective hater. You have to be an objective hater in order to really experience true enlightenment in that regard. You can have enlightenment in various other philosophies that have also contained in that. But the ones that I subscribe to are objectivism and objective hate. Objective hate is kind of like a laser beam, on a rifle. The rifle is objectivism, and the laser beam or like a scope or something like that. That's what objective hate is to me. I could be wrong. Troy Star Terrain can cuss me out and say no, that's not what I mean. But Angie Cooper, are you familiar with Troy Star Terrain? Is that are you? I didn't realize we ever talked about it. Are you familiar with the hater Troy Star Terrain? Do you listen to his show? Do you watch his show? Okay, yeah, okay. I was just making sure. So so we're on that same path. We're on the same path. He doesn't disrespect anybody's faith. I don't disrespect anybody's faith. I really can't, especially. I've been listening to him since 2004. I've been listening to him since 2005. May I ask, are you in the Northeast Atlantic region? You don't have to give away the state because I don't. People get goofy and try to look you up. I say I'm from Newark, Delaware all day. You have to find me. Come and find me. I'm from Newark, but you don't have to tell me exactly what. Oh, North. Okay, okay, gotcha. Okay, so we listened to the hater. If it wasn't for hater, I wouldn't have this show. So I appreciate him. I said that to him on the first day of New Year. I appreciate him. He lets me know honest. That's what's the best part about objective hate. It's all about honesty, and that's the thing that we have to continue to regard is the honesty that's behind it, the integrity that's behind it, and that's what's so beautiful about what we have as believers or non-believers. Okay, I was sleeping in my car in the night. I was supposed to get the key to my condo. This just recently. This is just a few days. This is just today or yesterday. He got me through. Okay. Oh, this is in 2004. Oh, this is 2004. Wow. Yeah. So yeah, that's the hater. You have to respect the hater. I I'm not trying to lick boots and uh what is it licking boots and what is it sucking kneecap, yeah, sucking kneecaps. I'm not sucking kneecaps and licking boots here. I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling factually and actually what happened. It took both Ayn Rand and Troy Star Terrain for me to become an atheist. If it weren't for them, I would still be within the fold. I'll probably be a pastor by now in a mega church, getting millions of dollars. I kid. Angie says Monday morning I got my keys to the condo I purchased. Okay. Wow. Huh. That's amazing. That's good news. That's what they call the gospel. That's good news. That's good news. Those 4 hours helped me. Yeah. I still remember stuff from high school. I listened to him when I was in high school. Um, I remember when he was talking about this. Oh, 6 a.m. to 10. Yeah, that's right. 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. This is this station in Philly, Power 99 FM, banging hip hop and R&B. Yeah, I never forgot that. Exactly. I woke up exactly at 5:58, so I have 2 minutes to get ready, and then listen to the show before I got into the car, and then listen to it, and then I got into the school and listened to it while I was just a assistant, teacher's assistant. So I had free time, and I would listen to it in the bathroom. I would listen to it in the boys' room. I'll be on the windowsill. Oh, that was one. That was in 06. 05, in 2005. You remember the date? That's great. I never forgot that. She said June 7th, 2004. She remembers that. That's extraordinary. Yeah. So, before I would listen to it in class, I'd have my CD player slash radio player radio, and I would listen to it with my headphones. It had the wires then. She said, "Yes, I signed paperwork on the 4th." Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Look at that. 20 years ago, almost 19 years ago and change. That is beautiful. You have to let him know that. Call into the show. If you call into the show, that'll brighten his day. Even for an old hater like himself. That'll brighten his day. Yes, exactly. And that would be okay. Yeah, but that would be ridiculous if I said, well, all these people don't know what they're talking about. They believe in God, they believe in everything. That'd be just ridiculous, because the majority of people who live on Earth are, the billions of people actually believe in God. So I have to recognize that. I have to respect it. I have to realize that. That's true. And for something, like Angie Cooper's case, she, had this tremendous action that helped out her life. Oh, he made me. Oh, okay, great, 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 great. I'm telling you, I have tremendous respect for that man. Tremendous respect. If it weren't for him, it would be a lot of people. Thank you for telling me too, because a lot of people do say that. I just got a thread today. I asked. They told me, how'd you find out about me? They said Star. A lot of people say, oh, Star brought me here. Star got me here. He's he is extremely intelligent and has a memory that just is just phenomenal. I don't know how he remembers so much stuff, but he does. He has a great memory, probably because he tells the truth so much. A lot of people that lie, they can't tell. If they don't have an ailment or something like that, they can't keep up with the facts. So things go all hazy. I'm just stupid. I can't remember stuff. I remember certain things. I have selective memory. I guess that's what you call it. I remember certain things that come up, and then I'm like, "What happened? That was yesterday. What? Like, what?" Uh, that's my stupidity. But yeah, he's very intelligent. Very well read, very well traveled. He's traveled the world. I know he's been to South America, and I think he went to England. I don't think he went to London, but I think he went to England before. He's been all over the country, so he's well traveled. He's well spoken. He's well read. I can't say anything bad about the guy. I mean, we have disagreements. We definitely disagree on certain things, but I can't say anything bad about his personality or his character. And that's the power of Mr. Terrain. He has that ability. He has that capability. They can bring together people. Yeah, it was 20 years. 20 years, right? It'll be 20 years in June. Yeah, 20 years in June. That's how time is cliches. I'm dropping all the cliches. Time waits for no man or no one. Time waits for no one. Look at this. Right now, seconds are ticking away. Yes, he knows how to speak to the masses. Yes. He speaks to the 5%. He knows about the 85%, the deaf, dumb, and the blind. He knows about the 10%. The 10% who know what is going on in the world but don't share it or don't partake in, giving anyone else the idea of being a 10%er. But the 5%, the poor righteous teachers, the ones that know, that can share, do allow the masses to grow and to know. That's better. That's great. So Angie Cooper says this year more traveling, more healthier. I like that. She's got the double. I don't even know what they're called. More healthy, more social interaction. Yeah, that'd be great. I would love to have social interaction. May I ask, are you engaged, or if you're not, or if you don't want to answer, you don't have to answer that. But if you are engaged, I'm just curious. Okay, married, never married, or oh, you're single. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm in that same category. Single, happy, ready to mingle. But yeah, I don't need. Oh, you never married? Okay, okay. I can respect that. I respect that. Any kids? Do you have kids? Region matters. Yes. Do you have children? Do you have any bundles of joy or grown, people? Stay up north. Okay, yes, one. Okay, yeah. Baby or grown? Are they grown? Is that he or she grown or just still your little bundle of joy? I am never married and no kids. Grown. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with the single life. I'm cool. Yeah. So yeah. So Angie says that she has one child, grown up. Nothing. Yeah, nothing wrong about that. She has one child, never married, single. Um, very very marketable resume, I should say, for the romance department. She can have her pick of anyone she wishes to have. Yeah. It's it's fun. Yeah, she's got the laughing faces, yeah, all the emojis with the laughing and the tears coming out on the side. I think she's laughing at my goofy ass. I think that's what she's laughing at. Yeah, so yeah, that's extraordinary. I think that's amazing. I just love the existence we're in right now. The internet. If we didn't have the internet, I don't even know what. Yes, Angie Cooper says, I pray that the love of my life shows up. Oh, she's not laughing at me. Okay. But I'm not laughing at you. She says, I'll requote her. I'll repeat. I pray that the love of my life shows up. This is the only part that I'm gonna disagree with you. Are you straight or are you in the LGBTQ community? What is your are you bisexual? I know you had a child, so you can't be lesbian unless you were lesbian and had a child through uh, a donor. If you don't want, I'm getting personal here. No, I'm just asking. See where you are, but you don't have to answer if you don't like. If you like to answer, that's cool. I'll let. Okay. She says, "I love a man. I can't have a woman in my ear." I see. I can have a woman in my ear. She can have barking orders. I had females with barking orders. They can be in my ear. I don't have a problem with that. But I see your point. I see what you're saying. I understand and I respect it. But yeah, so he's gonna not come to you. You're gonna have to go get him. You're gonna have to go get him. Angie Cooper says, "I want to look up and see a man. Look him in his eyes." I can respect that. I like to see a woman. I love black women, white women, Asian, Hispanic, all of them. I love women. She said, "I know what you meant, so I'm going to say what you meant. I can't hear another woman, period." Oh, that's funny. See, I can deal with a woman. Like I said, I can deal with a barking woman. I can deal with that. That's fine. I'm that strong in my character to not back my hand, against her mouth or something like that, or anything like crazy. If she comes at me with something, with a knife or some kind of weapon, then we'll have to get busy. We're gonna have to get the ghetto rounds of love, rounds of ghetto love. That's what's gonna happen. Yes, she said, "You're a man, of course, of course, of course." So, and I'm a straight man. Let that be known. That I'm a heterosexual man. I respect the LGBTQ community, but I'm not part of them. The best advice to be. I learned it from Cecily Strong. Her book, this I think it's called "This Will All Be Over Soon." She says, "I'm not a advocate or a ally of LGBTQ. I'm just a human being." I think that was the most profound thing I've ever heard anyone say. Just say you're a human being. You don't have to say, "Oh, I'm an ally and I support LGBTQ." No, just say you're human. If you're a human being, you respect and you love other human beings that are worthy of your love and your admiration. That's how I see it. Angie Cooper says it's not easy getting a decent man. Well, hey, it's like the same thing for a woman. I mean, the only reason why I'm single is because I enjoy it, first of all, and the second reason I'm not on the market. The the first female I met was at a job. I was on the market. She was in my what they call it the warm pool or there's a cool pool and the warm pool. When you're in the warm pool, that's like somebody that you can interact with. Someone that's cool pool is like somebody that you have no idea. It's like a blind date. Henry Cooper says, "I think it's easier for a man." That might be true. I think it depends on the individual. I really think it depends on the individual, whoever it is. Because I would say it's the opposite. I would say it's easier for women. Women have, more of an aura and a lure than a man in most cases. But that's just me. We could disagree. Well, these men looking for assistance. Help. Help me. Don't save him. He don't want to be saved. I guess that I can only imagine, that would be in the homosexual, world. It's usually don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Like she doesn't want to be, rescued from her situation. She wants to dwell in it. Hey, well, Angie Cooper, you know me. You know I'm all about that COD, cash on demand. They don't have a problem asking for money. I don't have a problem asking for money either. You know it. You know it. She says I can't. Yeah, I'm on a show. I know. I know. I know. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, so it's very interesting. It's a very weird situation. I don't know. You know, relationships are strange. I don't know. People get married, people get divorced, people find love, people lose love. People get married and divorced, and then get married and divorced again. Like I think Elizabeth Taylor did that a few times, and Zsa Zsa Gabor. Like I think Zsa Zsa Gabor got married like 9 times or something crazy like that. And Angie Cooper says they be wanting some serious help. That's funny. Yeah, most men are not no, excuse me, most males are not men. That's what Mr. Troy Star Terrain said, and that's a fact. Most males are not men. It's hard out here. They not linking up for the right purposes. Joey's in the house. Wow, this video is lit, ain't it though? I'm feeling it. Joey, I gotta hit you up. You know I gotta hit you up. Now accepting $15 to $25. 9 likes. I'm feeling it. Y'all are doing it. I'm feeling this. I gotta hit you up, Joey. I appreciate your enthusiasm and your positive statements. But I need that cash. I can't continue if I don't have the cash. I really can't. I gotta supplement all these different bills I gotta pay. And you folks out there, Angie included, are very, instrumental in my living space, in my ability to have a livelihood. So I sincerely appreciate it. I do. I try to do work. I try to read articles, listen to watch videos, listen to audio that pertains to the subject matter that I wish to discuss. I don't just get on here and say, "Hey, did you guys hear about this?" Yeah, I just saw this in the news. I didn't really read it, but I know what's going on. What do you guys think? It's got to be more than that. It's got to be more than that. I mean, you can say, "What do you guys think?" afterwards, after you studied and researched and did all the necessary work. But you can't just hop on, any platform. I can't respect it anyway, and just say, I have no idea what's going on here, but what's the deal? What's happening? I can't respect that. So Joey, if you're still here, I respect that like. I'm accepting $15 and $25. I'm about to get out of here at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, I have to be out of here. But I don't want to leave, without saying, what I have. Let me make sure Joey knows. Uh, that's my Cash App, Joey. That's the best way to get in touch with me. That's the best way to raise my spirits, to brighten my day. You Cash App that. Angie knows. Angie's already contributed to this machine. She's the first $10 in this new year. So if you want to do $10, that's fine. But my target, my goal is $15 to $25. Because my daily goal is $160. I haven't reached that point yet. I want to get there though. I think I can get there this year. I'm pretty sure I can get there. So if nobody has any other questions, Angie, we had an excellent conversation. That was a very good, verbal slash, text versus, vocal conversation. And Joey, if you're gonna, stay in here, you can stay in here. But I'm about to wrap up the show. I have a hard line at 6 o'clock. Okay, yeah, okay. Angie Cooper saying yeah. Okay. Okay, she's gonna leave. Okay, Angie Cooper is about to get out of here. The lady of the house. Everybody congratulate her. Thank her for her time. Thank you, Angie. I appreciate the chat we had. Great talking to you. Great talking to you. And do better. Do get healthier, wiser, and wealthier in the new year. Thank you, Joey. I appreciate it, Joey. You have anything else to say? I'm just this is like a bull session. This is a bull session. If it's fire content, if you really think it's fire content, make sure you tell other people. If you're not going to donate money, if you're not going to donate money, let other people know about the fire content. I appreciate you, Joey. Thank you. But yeah, I'm about to get out of here. I see 0 viewers. Joe, you could still be here, but you may not be. I know Angie Cooper is not. So I got 10 likes. I'm out of here. I did an hour and 30 minutes. I'm really feeling myself. Black Cuddy. Okay, your Black Cuddy is here. Okay, thank you, Joey. Thank you. I appreciate that. Black Cuddy and Joey. I'm gonna stay on until a little bit later, but I have to get out of here soon. 1:30 is a good marker for me. Unless I get $10 right now, right this second, Cash App $10. I have to shut it down because I didn't get any money this stream. So thank you, Joy, for telling other people. Thank you, Black Cuddy, for coming through. But I'm definitely gonna need more money. So thank you all. I appreciate it. Thank you, Angie. Thank you, Rick James. Thank you, Nina, the perspective. And I will see you all tomorrow. Take care.